You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Salimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart, and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. If you ever thought that numbers were boring or stats are not juicy enough, I just cornered Dave from Booster, and we're going to talk about KiwiSaver numbers and stats. Listen up. This is an episode not to miss. Hello, Dave.
Morning, how are you?
Good. How do you feel being cornered?
Oh, love it. Fight or flight, isn't it?
It is.
Something like that.
But throw some numbers at me, because you've got some really exciting stuff.
I've got some
in there.
stuff, and what it does is just to give you a bit of thought provoking, really, for your clients. So the first one I've got, which you deal with a lot, is first home buyers. So the average first home buyer balance that they take out to use for their first home is $42,000.
$42,000.
Now, what does that mean for you and your clients? It probably means it needs to be more, doesn't it?
Well, I was just thinking, it could go both ways.
Yeah.
So if it's 42,000, on average, we only need 5 to 10% deposit, right? But if it's a couple, then it means they could buy a house at $840K.
Yep. It's pretty good. But if they would put that extra little percent in, or 2% more than what they maybe did when they were saving for their first home, it gives them more options around the house they're
Absolutely
buying too,
does.
it?
And interest rates, because the bigger the deposit, the better the interest rate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting, right? So
this is cool.
Yeah, so that's interesting, isn't it? So we also find that a lot of people stay in conservative funds afterwards. So one of our stats here is in 2015, 40% of people stayed in conservative funds, especially after they bought a first home. We now have that figure at just 16% in New Zealand, which is great. That means they've now made an elective choice to go into a growth fund or a higher growth fund, either once they've bought their first home or just getting themselves right in the right fund.
So the KiwiSavers are not asleep.
Yeah. Because another stat to follow this one is that a growth investor could be 40 to 50% better off in their retirement over that long period of time than staying in a conservative fund.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's quite significant when you retire. And you either want to go on a holiday to Barbados or go on a big cruise, or do you go on a holiday to Ikatahuna? No disrespect to people living in Ikatahuna, of course.
All right, next.
All right, so another interesting fact, and which is what we battle with a little bit, the new changes coming up could make a difference because obviously their plan is to make KiwiSaver compulsory. But out of 3.5 million members that are in KiwiSaver at the moment, 1.6 million people do not make contributions.
Wait, what? Almost, is it a third?
A third of people do not make contributions. Now, that includes kids, but why aren't you putting $20 a week in for your kids, or a fortnight, $20 a pay to get your kids understanding savings and getting them towards their first home?
But also,
that's quite significant.
Do you think it's also self-employed people? Do you think it's mums at home from paternity leave?
Yeah.
Maternity leave.
Yes, absolutely. And people that have taken contribution holidays from contributing to KiwiSaver, it's costing them a lot of money because it means their employer doesn't have to put the money in.
But some of the comments I've seen online, why people not contributing, and especially a lot of self-employed people, they said, well, the government is taking away the incentives for them to contribute. Because back in the day, you put $1,052, you get $1,052 back, then it dropped by half, and then it dropped by half again.
Correct.
So people are not seeing why they should be contributing if they're not getting the government one.
Yeah, it is an interesting one. But then, we've talked previously on, what being in charge of your own destiny. And yes, a lot of people put the money back into their business, which is great. But is that too many eggs in one basket? So it is good to just keep ticking over into your KiwiSaver. Forget about what the government are going to give you and what they don't give you. Think about yourself in 30 years, 35 years' time.
And if we just pause there for a second, kids, we often talk about, when people get birthday presents. Yeah. Instead of birthday present, ask Johnny's grandparents to put $20 into a KiwiSaver instead.
Yeah.
Or, I know it sounds terrible, I know it sounds mean, but honestly, Johnny would not know any different.
Do you know what? How many grandparents, and I'm showing my age here a little bit, put money into bonus bonds? I bought bonus bonds for the kids. I know my niece and nephews, one of their grandparents used to do that.
I used to buy bonus bonds.
There you go, right? So why can't they just treat KiwiSaver like the old bonus bonds? Because they're not around anymore, the old bonus bonds, right?
I was about to say, hold on, is it still around?
No,
it's not.
No.
The other thing I just thought of as well, you know how we talked about mums, and mums are usually the ones that also, they have a baby, they don't contribute. Yeah. Instead of throwing a fancy baby shower, how about as a friend, you just chuck money into your friend's KiwiSaver?
Well, how
cool would
right?
that be?
That would be very cool, right? So, that's maybe something that could be a change of our world that you've just created, and get people just say instead of a big flash marriage presents or big flash presents at the baby shower, just chuck $100 into KiwiSaver.
Yeah, because that multiplies.
Not a bad idea.
Here you go. I'm full of great ideas,
Yeah,
Dave.
you are, aren't you?
Right, give me another
stat. Here we go. So the average balance now is trending upwards from the KiwiSaver, and I've been with my current company for 10 years, but in the financial services industry for 11 years, and I won't tell you how many that is. But when I first started at Booster, the average balance was about $12,000 to $15,000. That was about 10 years ago. The average balance now is $41,000. Now, there's a lot of research out there about when do people start to take their money seriously and start to have conversations. So one of the researches we picked up from the States was that it's $30,000 when people start to click and go, oh, I need to do something about this. I need to be serious now. And if you're looking at our average balances at 41,000, it's gone up 11% on the previous year. So that's how quickly your KiwiSaver grows.
Wow.
So now's the time to think, when people go, oh, I've only got 40 grand, it's not worth me thinking about. Wrong. Think about it straight away from the start, no matter how much you've got, but you need to start taking it seriously for what you're going to use it for in the future.
That's awesome. I'm still stuck.
And I will throw in another one is the KiwiSaver, the increase in number of KiwiSaver balances with more than $80,000 is up from 8% in 2021, and it's now around 450,000 members that have got more than $80,000. So again, 4 or 5 years' time, no matter what age you are, if you've been contributing regularly, you're going to have $200,000, $300,000 sitting in a KiwiSaver. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Very cool.
That is cool. And the other fact I'm just going to throw in just to mess up is your brain a little bit. But at the moment, we are seeing the highest generational wealth transfer in the history.
Yep.
And a lot of the transfer is actually going towards a female.
Yep.
A lot of daughters are going to come to a lot of money.
Yep.
And if they don't know what to do with the money, they're the ones that usually rely on someone to help them, whether it's their partner, whether it's the investment advisor, whatever. But my advice to those that are coming to a lot of money, look at the options. Because there are KiwiSavers, there's also managed funds.
Yep.
So if you want that money to be available to you, but still perform at a KiwiSaver level, not a financial advice, talk to a financial advisor. But one of the things that people could be looking at is one of those options as well.
And it's running something concurrently with your KiwiSaver to go, actually, if my plan is to retire at 55, 60, then let's run something similar, which does the same sort of job, but you're saving for your retirement. You don't have to be speculative, right? You don't have to go silly and go, right, my mate down the road's told me that this share is awesome because he's done really well out of it, and you chuck all your money and savings into that, and then you lose it because you haven't diversified. So again, you can have your speculative investment, think about your retirement, what you want to use the money for, and then use a managed fund to get you there. And that's a consistent way of doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Got another cool stat.
Oh, go for it.
Right, ready? So only 12% of regular contributions into KiwiSaver opt to save more than 8%.
What does that mean?
So
Plain
basically
English.
what you're saying there is that only 12% of people that are putting money into KiwiSaver opt to put in more than 8% of their salary.
Wow.
Yeah, which is low. When you consider that a lot of people are saving for a first home.
Yeah.
So don't just do your minimum. Think about the difference it can make to put extras. And retirement, man, there's a lot of us, me included, and I've been in the industry for a lot of years, I just haven't thought about it, which I should have done. So I've gone, I really now start putting 10% of my salary now if I want to retire the way I want to retire.
Yeah.
So it's just something to think about. 65% of people stick to the minimum contribution rate.
That's sad.
65%.
That's really, really sad.
It is.
65. But I guess it's a tough balance, isn't it? Like we live in a time where the living cost crisis, you know, the petrol prices, the rates, the insurances, everything is going up.
Yeah.
And people's salary are just not keeping up with that. So if they at least doing the minimum, well done.
Yeah.
Like we just want to say to you, you know, we're not here to beat you up.
Yeah.
I just want to take my hat off to those people that are doing really hard but still able to put away at least the minimum.
Agreed. Yep.
And minimum is better than nothing.
Yep, correct.
But then for those that you can afford, because we're sort of in a K-shaped economy, aren't we?
Yeah.
There are people that are doing really well and there are people that are doing really bad.
Yeah.
But for those that are in a K ladder that goes up,
Yeah.
if you can afford to do more, and I'm sure there's more than 12% of those people.
Yeah. I agree.
If you can to do better, just do it.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it for you.
And think about this is that if you do increase it by 1% or 2%, it can significantly make a difference in your future. But also you don't see it coming out of your salary. It doesn't come to you and then you have to pay it out to somebody else. It gets taken out before you see it and it comes into your bank account. So you get used to that and that's what you're used to living off.
Yeah.
You know, and then it just becomes second nature.
Exactly.
Yeah. Give it a go. If it doesn't work, then go back to 3.5.
That's another thing as well, isn't it? That people don't realize that you can revert back, like as life changes, as you're going
Very
through life
flexible.
cycles, you can change your KiwiSaver contributions.
Absolutely.
And it's really fast.
Yeah.
Takes, I think, sometimes instant even with through IRD or your employer or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, normally do it through your employer if you can. And normally it would probably take until the next payday.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick.
Exactly. Exactly. I also try to encourage people when they receive bonuses, like if they receive quarterly bonuses or yearly bonuses, again, 10% of it. You don't have to put all of it.
Yep.
Use some to have a holiday, use some to pay towards your future, and then use some towards paying off your debt.
It does automatically happen. So if you received a cash bonus and you're putting 5% into KiwiSaver, 5% of your bonus will go into your KiwiSaver.
I did not know that.
Yep.
This is awesome to know.
So that's what, sometimes when people get the bonus, they go, oh, but there's this much tax. Why is it not, doesn't seem like my tax rate? And that's why, because the KiwiSavers come off as well.
Yeah. The other thing that would be really good to discuss is around the tax rates. So this is an episode for the next one.
Yeah.
Are you done with your stats for me today?
I'm done with my stats today.
Awesome.
Yep.
So we're going to have Dave back and I'm going to corner him again next time. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Bye. And that's a wrap on That Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.